Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. A Facebook group called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop Us, has been viewed nearly 9 million times since its creation in June. And tonight, we're learning it has a local connection to our community.
The creator of the page is from Bakersfield. 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden spoke with him today and has more on what he said. Leslie?
Tim, Jess, yes, I was able to catch up with the creator, Matty Roberts, and talk to him about what inspired him to create this group. And he says it was all constructed through imagination.
This is 20-year-old Matty Roberts, the creator of the viral Facebook group called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us event. He says he has a message to everyone who may be taking storming the military base too seriously.
Please don't. I don't want anybody to actually get hurt with this. It was just, it started out as just from a pure stroke of imagination. It's just meant to be funny. I want to do something cool out there now that we have a bunch of people, but I don't want anybody to get hurt.
The Bakersfield College student, who's majoring in petroleum engineering, says the Facebook group was created on June 27th. By day 3, it had over 1 million people interested in finding out what mysteries lie inside the base.
I don't know. People kind of want to know what's in there. I think a lot of people are going to show up just because it's kind of a meme.
Now the event has close to 3 million people who say they will attend, and more than 8.9 people have viewed it. Robert says he and his friends will now morph an out-of-this-world experience for their followers.
I want to make it like a festival of sorts. I want to have a bunch of different music artists, everybody from the EDM world, and then maybe some indie rock, maybe some smaller guys that are up and coming. I've had a lot of people DM the page, say their bands want to play there, which would be super cool.
Robert says he's been in contact with local inns near Area 51 who tell them they're already booked for their scheduled exploration of the Air Force facility in Nevada on September 20th with the anime twist like his outfit.
It's relevant to the story because in the description of the event it says if we Naruto run, we can run faster than their bullets. So this is from Naruto, this is the Akatsuki cloak, and then this is the headband for it.
Robert says for the most part, everyone is enjoying the parody storming of Area 51, but says he's gotten a few extremists that he had to tell it's just for fun.
People that are really serious, and I'm kind of worried about that. I've had a couple people DM the page where they're like, I'm willing to die for the government, let's do this. And I'm just like, oh my God. They're all like hardcore strength in numbers, that kind of thing. But if there's only like 2 of those guys out there, I think we'll be okay.
He hopes that this event will be educational, have art installations, all while meeting new friends.
Like I figured that the FBI would be knocking on my door right about now, but nobody has shown up. Nobody's tried to contact me. Nobody's messaged the page. It's interesting for sure.
According to the Washington Post, the Air Force said Area 51 is an open training range for the U.S. Air Force, and we would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we trained American Armed Forces. Live in studio, Leslie Gooden, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
All right, Leslie, thanks for that story. A Tehachapi man facing the death penalty in the 2017 murder of an 8-month-old baby was back in court today. Tobin Wayne Phillips is accused of killing his girlfriend's son, who was found dead in a home on Cherry Lane in Tehachapi back in January of 2017. Investigators say Phillips told them he tried to stop the baby's crying by covering his face with a pillow. Court documents show Phillips allegedly sat on the pillow on the boy's face as well. Phillips has already pleaded not guilty to both first-degree murder and assault of a child younger than 8, resulting in death. He's due back in court in November, and a trial may begin as soon as next January.
California regulators hearing from members of the public Tuesday on whether to approve a proposed Pacific Gas and Electric rate hike. The California Public Utilities Commission held the first in a series of meetings to allow feedback on PG&E's request to bill 16 million customers an additional $2 billion for the next 3 years to help pay for wildfire safety improvements and safety costs. The utility's new CEO, Bill Johnson, listening to everyone who expressed their opinion. The most constant theme from the 14 public speakers was to not impose the rate hike. If granted in December, PG&E would get another $1 billion above current rates in 2020, $450 million in 2021, and $486 million in 2022. Next year, that would add about $11 a month to the current average PG&E bill. There are 7 public participation meetings scheduled around the utility's vast territory, including one here in Bakersfield, August 13th.
For the first time in years, members of the House approved a piece of legislation aimed at raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Democrats pushed the bill through today, but the measure is not likely to survive the Senate floor. A raise in the hourly wage has been a hot topic for the Democratic presidential campaign. If the measure passes, the legislation would pay tipped workers the same wage as others earning the minimum for the first time in American history. It's a move that some Republican lawmakers say would be a job killer.
Clear, sunny skies has been the story across Kern County today. So looking out from our camera in Breckenridge to Lake Isabella, you can see it down there. And for us here in the valley, not much haze along the horizon, and that's actually going to be the case as we head into your weekend. But as for temperatures today, they were up a few degrees from what we were feeling this time yesterday. 99 degrees right now here in Bakersfield, 100 in Lamont, looking at those triple digits in Maricopa as well as in Ridgecrest. But as we head into the overnight hours, what we will be feeling is an increase in wind. So that's going to help keep temperatures down tomorrow. So this evening is going to be pleasant. We're going to be in those low 70s by the time you're waking up tomorrow, and not too warm by 10 a.m. So definitely get out early if you are planning on running any errands, maybe taking the dog on the walk. But we are going to be tracking those below seasonal temperatures beginning for your Friday. I'll let you know just how much longer those will be sticking around as we head into the weekend coming up next.
A trip to a store in Illinois turned into an argument about citizenship status, and it was all caught on camera. Reporter Cesar Rodriguez spoke to the family, accusing an employee of making racist comments.
I'm an American.
And? What is the problem?
It's illegal.
An employee from Buc-ee's convenience store is captured on cell phone camera telling members of the Bitron family that two of their loved ones visiting from Mexico had to go back to their country.
Are you a citizen?
Yes. What is your problem?
So don't you know the rules?
What is your problem? What is your problem?
They need to go back to their country.
Why?
It's illegal.
Carolina Bitron says they were riding their bikes yesterday when one bicycle broke down near the convenience store. While they were waiting for help, 15-year-old Idira Bitron went into the store to buy food.
Like at first, it seemed like he was trying to be friendly.
Carolina tells me the clerk then told the teen the food she was buying was expensive and questioned the legal status of her two cousins waiting outside. One of them, Ana Karen Hernandez.
We are just travel here. We are with our family. What's the problem?
He's like, oh, are those two girls adopted? And she's like, no, they're my cousins. They came from Mexico. And he asked, are they illegal?
Moments later, the woman's aunts went inside to confront the worker.
You be quiet. You don't care. I call the police. You don't care. What? I hate you.
ICE will come.
I hate you.
Bye. God bless you.
Naperville police and city officials say they're investigating the incident. A spokesperson for Buc-ee's says the employee involved has been suspended.
Well, coming up, many Bakersfield athletes move on to compete at the professional level, but it's more likely that two end up on the same team. Coming up in sports, Carrie catches up with one of two Bakersfield products playing for the Brewers. Allison.
And westerly winds will be increasing as we head into your Friday. I'll let you know what that means for air quality this weekend coming up next.
Welcome back to 23 ABC Sports. Throughout this week, I feel like we've been taking a bit of a world tour. We talked about Chris Roderick and the World Swim Championships in South Korea, to the Australian baseball players taking over Bakersfield this week. Well, today we are featuring a Hungarian water polo players who came to Bakersfield to join a well-known club. For more than a decade, the California Club water polo teams have hosted Hungarian players during the summer. The team in Bakersfield has a few in the pool right now, along with some local talent, as the club trains and competes over at Garces Memorial High School. And it sounds like it's been a summer to remember, of course because of the competition, but also because of part of that American culture.
I will be very, very sad. So it will be one of the most nice memory in my life. In Hungary we only have McDonald's and KFC and Burger King, but my favorite is In-N-Out Burger. I tried it and it was so good.
I can see why he loves Bakersfield so much, and maybe we could say those Hungarians are a little bit hungry. Okay, dad jokes aside. Well, earlier this week I caught up with local product Logan Gillespie, who's chasing his major league dreams in the Brewers organization, following in the footsteps of another Bakersfield baseball player. And here's a look of some of that interview as Gillespie reflects on his journey in the minors. All the way in Wisconsin right now. We're back here in Bakersfield, your hometown. First thing I got to ask you, what do you miss about Bakersfield?
Not the weather right now, but my family, of course, everyone that's there supported me.
Been in the minors for about a year now. Can you tell me just what has that been like for people who probably don't understand all the dedication and discipline that goes into the minor league journey?
Oh, it's brutal. You wake up, go to the field, get better, and then if we're having away games, 5-hour bus rides. It's a grind.
How would you explain it from your perspective, you know, you getting to play in the Brewers organization right now?
Yeah, it's just another day playing baseball. I don't look at it like playing with a professional team, but when I do, it's like, it's really cool.
There's another Bakersfield boy in the majors and with the Brewers, Corbin Burns. How cool is that for you guys both to be representing Bakersfield?
Doing it for the hometown, 661.
I love it. So you rep Bakersfield pretty proud out there in Wisconsin?
Yes.
If you could one day be in the bullpen alongside your fellow Bakersfield native Corbin Burns, how special would that be for you?
It'd be pretty cool because we played each other when we were younger on like the little league teams, and like we were just growing up. We always wanted to be in the big leagues, so that would be really cool to sit next to him. Obviously,
you're playing for your major league dreams, but what ultimately are you playing for in this whole journey?
That's a good question. I just like to play baseball, I guess.
Pretty simple when it comes down to it, just like playing ball.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Keeping it simple. He loves to play baseball, following his dreams. And again, we can't even say how cool that would be to see Corbin and Logan together. So hopefully one day, obviously we learned this week Corbin's on the IL, but again, you never know what could happen.
Little league to big league, you never know.
I can't remember the last time that has happened.
Right.
I know. I don't know.
Two.
That'd be crazy.
That's
Right.
Yeah. We're hoping.
Yeah.
We'll switch gears, talk about this summer. Temperatures inside a parked car can increase 20 degrees hotter than outside in that car in just 10 minutes. Because of that, children left in hot cars can suffer serious injuries such as heat stroke, even death. Today, a special event held to kick off Purple Ribbon Month to bring awareness to remind families to be cautious. The Kern County Department of Human Services holding that event today at Canyon Hills Preschool in Northeast Bakersfield. Included presentations from CHP there on how quickly a car can heat up. So far this year, 21 children have died in the U.S. as a result of being left in a car. And in most cases, a child is left in a car by a loved one. Since 2001, since Caitlin's law became law here in our state, it's illegal in California to leave a child under 6 inside a car without the supervision of someone at least 12 years old. In 2000, 6-month-old Caitlin Russell left inside a car by a babysitter, dying from heat-related causes. Her parents working to have that law passed in their daughter's honor. July designated as Purple Ribbon Month in honor of Caitlin and other children who have died from preventable injuries in and around cars.
Serious stuff there. All right, we're going to bring in 23 ABC's Allison Gargaro. We've been talking about the weather just now, and I mean, these temperatures, although on the cooler side, can really be a big difference.
Yeah, it definitely was the real deal today. Temperatures were a few degrees above what we were feeling this time yesterday, and here in Bakersfield, we briefly reached that triple-digit mark with the high of 100, but most of the day was spent in those upper 90s, and that's exactly what we are seeing right now. But we have been tracking some action to our north, so some showers up there, not quite making its way down to California, but thankfully that did bring a fresh breeze that we were definitely feeling last night, and that is at least keeping temperatures near that seasonal mark of 98, and that's what you can expect as we head into the weekend. So our next system pushing into the Pacific Northwest, that is going to be bringing very cold conditions as well as some rain into the Pacific Northwest, but it's going to be bringing even more wind. So that's what we are seeing right now, anywhere from 15 to 20 mile-per-hour winds here on the valley floor and nearing 25 in some of our desert cities. And by this time tomorrow, well, they're really going to be picking up across the county, and our desert cities could be seeing wind gusts anywhere from 35 up to 40 miles per hour. So not quite at advisory levels, but that is going to be bringing that fresh breeze on shore. So moderate air quality will be the story again for your Friday. But let's talk about these temperatures. They are actually going to be below seasonal across Kern County. 95 degrees will be our high here in Bakersfield, 97 in Arvin, and 90 down at the base of the Grapevine. Up in the Kern River Valley, they are going to be in the low 90s, and then low 80s, upper 70s in some of our mountain cities, 77 as a high in Bear Valley Springs. And our desert cities will be cooling down just slightly as well, 90 as a high in Lancaster, but Ridgecrest will still be briefly reaching the triple digits tomorrow. tomorrow afternoon. But as we head into the weekend, not too bad of a forecast, those sunny skies, and we are going to be feeling that dry air and holding on to the mid-90s for your Saturday. Then Sunday, high pressure is going to be moving over the Four Corners, dominating over the region as we head into your next week. So we are going to be feeling those very hot temperatures beginning on Monday, continuing until at least Saturday of next week. The Kern River Valley is going to be warming up as well. But as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, we are tracking monsoonal moisture pushing into the eastern portion of the county. So that means we do have the chance to see some isolated thunderstorms, not only in the mountains, but as well as in the desert. And it doesn't look like we are going to be getting any rain here in Bakersfield, because those 100s are going to be evaporating very quickly.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too humid though either, right? I hope.
I think we are going to be feeling that humidity as well.
Yeah, dry heat to feel what most people feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's just go over to Garces, jump in the pool with the water polo team.
There you go.
Down for that.
No fun. All right, well, still ahead, getting the perfect score. The local high school student making headlines for his performance on an admissions exam for college. When 23 ABC News at 6 returns.
Welcome back. You know that iconic image of Buzz Aldrin planting the American flag on the surface of the moon during the Apollo 11 mission? Well, the fabric in that particular Old Glory, produced at a mill in a small town of Rhodus, North Carolina. The Burlington textile mill closed down long ago, but people there still very proud of the piece of history they helped create, and rightfully so. With the 50th anniversary of the moon landing coming in just days, the town planning a special celebration. Folks who worked at the mill, like former employee Carl Compton, couldn't be happier about the occasion.
When we made the flag material, the employees didn't know it, that it was going to the moon. Everybody was excited. I mean, you know, it was, to us, it was a big thing.
Compton says he hopes America lands on the moon again someday. He says he wants to go and help reset that flag, as it was likely blown down during takeoff all those decades ago.
Well, back to school is just around the corner, and students everywhere are getting ready for the new school year. For some high school seniors, it's a time filled with stress as they look toward getting into college. But for Garces Memorial High School senior Corey Cianello, some of that stress was lifted after he crushed the ACT test with a perfect score. According to the Princeton Review, which administers the test, the ACT is an entrance exam used by most colleges and universities to make admissions decisions. It's a multiple choice pencil and paper test administered by ACT Incorporated. Cianello nailed the max score of 36 on the test. The average score is 21. Cianello spoke with us today and said he was shocked when he first heard about his score.
So excited, screaming, running around the classroom. Everyone thought it was crazy, but eventually they all saw my score. They believed it. But yeah, I was just so excited that whole day. I couldn't focus. I was just thinking about, wow, this is amazing. This is really going to help me with college and in the future with other tests.
And just for good measure, Cianello got a near perfect score on the SAT, another entrance exam used by most colleges and universities. According to officials at Garces, Cianello is actively involved with the campus robotics team and the STEM program. He's also a member of our cross country and swimming teams. School officials said they are very proud of all of his hard work.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of studying.
Thinking back to those tests and how stressful they were, and looking at the questions and going, I don't know the answer to this. That's incredible.
He knew every answer.
He knew every answer.
That's the crazy thing. He did not miss one, which is so awesome.
Wow. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when we come back, I have one final check of your forecast. Temperatures will be slightly cooler tomorrow.
Welcome back. Thursday. We all know what comes after Thursday.
Friday.
And nice temperatures to go along with it.
It's going to be feeling so nice tomorrow. If you can believe it, below seasonal in the middle of July, a high of 95 degrees. We're going to be feeling an increase in winds overnight, and that will be continuing through Saturday. And then maybe we can just stop the forecast there.
Yeah, because July was like, you thought I wasn't coming.
Yeah.
I'm here.
There she is.
That's going to do it for us at 6. We'll see you at 7.